I feel like next year I need a theme song for when I'm putting on the Amanda Claus hat because I think she just deserves that. Don't you think? Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are sitting down and doing some holiday hand lettering. You guys are just gonna letter with me. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of different holiday handmade card ideas. I personally love to give handmade cards during the holiday season. It's just something that's really fun for me, and I love seeing the look on people's faces when they realize that it's a handmade card. And also it of course adds a personal touch to any gift. So hopefully this video helps you out. I tried to make a wide variety of cards. There are some that are easier than others, but if you are looking for some other ideas, I did do a video similar to this last year, so I'll be sure to link that video above as well as in the description box below. Before we get into this video, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video and always supporting the channel. They have a ton of classes on lettering and calligraphy, so if you like my videos, then you'll definitely like the stuff over on Skillshare, and they're also great for the new year, especially if you want to learn something new as your New Year's resolution. So I'll talk a bit more about Skillshare a bit later in the video, and also be sure to stay tuned for the Amanda Claus giveaway, of course. But without further ado, let's get started. For the first card, we're doing a card that has a cup of hot cocoa with all of the toppings, whipped cream, chocolate shavings, a candy cane, and a cinnamon stick, and then the greeting, as you can see, says warmest wishes. In terms of the supplies that I'm using, I'm going to link everything down below. But the main thing that I used for this was the Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen, which I used for the calligraphy as well as outlining the doodle. And as you can see, I drew all of the steam lines. You can color in the mug whatever color you want. I decided to go with red to match the candy cane, but you can totally take out the candy cane and change the color of the mug if you want something a bit more non-denominational. And you can also even make the mug a patterned mug if you want. So for my next card, I decided to draw the iconic extra long Amanda Claus hat. I had to, of course, so I just drew a simple long Santa hat, and within the brim of the hat I wrote ho ho ho. If you want to, you can totally just color in the Santa hat with the solid color, but I decided to take it a step further and have a bit of fun with my red marker and do a bunch of different patterns. So I drew stripes, zigzag lines, and dots, and I feel like it just looks really festive and fun and very detailed. Even though it was quite simple to do, I actually really liked the way this one turned out, so I decided to do a different version of this card, except the patterns are within a Christmas tree. It's the exact same idea, drawing different stripes of patterns across to fill in whatever shape you're drawing, except for this, I used multiple colors, so I did green, blue, yellow, and red, and I also didn't do a black outline around it, which gives it a different feel. There's more of a negative space vibe about it, but overall, both of these designs I love. They're actually one of my favorite ones from this video. I feel like they just look really abstract and bold and festive, and you can definitely have a lot of fun playing around with all of the patterns to fill in all of the shapes. Because the patterns were complex and bold, I decided to go with the simple font at the top that just says Season's Greetings, but of course you can switch that out to whatever you want. Finally, I did another version of this just because I was having so much fun drawing all these patterns. So for this, I drew two mittens, and the strings of the mittens says warm wishes, and then I just filled in the mittens with the same type of pattern as well. I just ended up thickening some of the letters so that it stood out a bit more. One of my favorite things to play around with lettering and calligraphy is to make the lettering fill in a specific shape. So for this card, I'm writing out "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas," except it's within a snowman shape. So for this, you really do have to make sure you sketch it out with pencil beforehand so you know the shapes that you want to use. But as you can see, there's a top hat at the top, a scarf in the middle, and then just the sticks for the arms to kind of insinuate the shape of a snowman. And I filled in the rest with various dots and snowflakes so that you can really tell that it's the shape of a snowman. For the next one, I played around with the same idea of the letters filling in a shape, except for this, it was the shape of a penguin, and inside the stomach of the penguin it says warm wishes because the penguin has a little scarf around his neck, which I thought was the cutest thing. I don't doodle animals a lot, and I probably should do that more because I love the way it turns out. It just makes me so happy looking at this. And I just colored in the rest of the penguin with black, orange, and a blue scarf. I honestly just can't get over how cute this is, and again, the possibilities are endless. You can add snowflakes falling around, change the color of the scarf, maybe add a hat on top, which would be really cute as well. But anyways, for the next Christmas card, I wanted to show you guys that playing around with repeated patterns could be a fun card as well. So for this, it's really simple. I drew several different Christmas tree shapes, but nothing too complicated. A lot of them were just triangles scribbled in. I wanted to give it that rough, illustrative, sketchy feel, so they were very simplified, and then I just filled it in with various shades of green. I wasn't too worried about making it look perfect or coloring inside of the lines. For this design, I almost feel like the more imperfect it looks, the better. And then at the bottom, I just finished it off by writing a simple "'Tis the Season." The next design is another repeated pattern design. I used the same greeting quote. I was starting to run out of things to write on the card, guys, so give me a break. But for this one, I sketched out beforehand using my pencil a bunch of different rectangles and squares, and as you can see, those rectangles and squares turned into different present shapes. So I made sure to change up the variety of bows and boxes, and then you can go crazy with filling in the pattern of the wrapping paper. Since the design was a bit more chaotic than some of the other ones, I decided to simplify the color palette and just do red and green, and also do more minimal patterns. But again, totally up to you. You can do whatever you want. The next couple of cards are a bit more minimal, so perfect for any of you who are on a last-minute time crunch and need to make a card that still looks cute. So for this one, I just drew the smile of a snowman, and then underneath it just says "Wishing you happy holidays," which I think it still turns out pretty cute even though it's relatively simple to make. This next one, I used a thicker fine liner to write out "Merry Christmas," and then I continued the lines of the words so that it looks like a string of tangled Christmas lights. And then all you have to do is draw some bulb shapes on the string and color them in. I'd colored them in with multiple colors: red, yellow, green, and blue, and that's it. Relatively easy and quick to make, but I think it looks pretty professional. I decided to expand on the Christmas string light idea. For this one, I just drew a whole tangled mess. I filled in the whole card with the wire of the string lights, and then I added all of the bulbs around it. It was a little tedious drawing all of the bulbs, but I love the way this one turned out. I feel like it looks like something you can buy in a store, and even though it does take a little bit more time than some of the other simple ones, it's still a relatively easy thing to doodle, so beginners will definitely be able to draw this one. At first, when I was coloring in all the bulbs, I tried to follow along with the wire so that it could be a consistent pattern, but eventually I got lost with all of the loop-de-loops and the tangled mess, so I just ended up scattering all of the colors in whatever I thought would look the best. I wanted to throw in a quick little New Year's card, so this one says "Cheers to the New Year," and of course I doodled 2 champagne glasses with bubbly, sparkly champagne inside of them, clinking together to, of course, bring in the new year. Before we get into today's Amanda Claus giveaway, I wanted to take this time to quickly talk about Skillshare. I will always support the message that Skillshare brings. They are an online learning community with thousands of classes in design, business, technology, and more. There's a ton of classes on lettering, so if this video is not enough for you and you want more lettering and calligraphy inspiration, there are so many classes for you to take over there. It's perfect for the new year. I know that sometimes for New Year's resolutions, we always want to learn something new, so Skillshare should definitely be your go-to. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of their high-quality classes, one of which actually includes my own class, so you can definitely check that out if you want to. I teach on Skillshare, I've learned from Skillshare. They're the best, and they're actually one of the more affordable learning platforms out there at less than $10 a month. So if you guys are interested and want to start learning, the first 500 people who click the link in my description box will get a free 2-month trial. Alright everyone, so those were my holiday card ideas. I hope you enjoyed holiday lettering with me. I had a lot of fun making this one. Don't forget to be creative with it. Truly anything goes with holiday cards, especially if you add a personal touch for the person that you're giving the card to. I can't wait to see what you guys make. Feel free to send me any recreations of your holiday cards. You can tag me on Instagram at AmandaHLee. But now for the Amanda Claus giveaway, of course. Alright, the hat is on, so hashtag Amanda Claus time. I wanted to do something a little bit different for this giveaway, so there's actually going to be one main prize and then a couple mini prizes. So the main prize is actually this Crayoligraphy activity set, so it has a bunch of brush pens and gel pens and different lettering exercises, which I thought would be perfect for this video because it suits the theme and what we've been doing. You'll also be winning your very own Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal, so you can start off the new year with a brand new bullet journal. And you'll also be winning your very own Amanda Claus hat, which personally I think is the best part of the prize, but I'm a little biased. And of course, I'm gonna throw in one of the handmade cards that I made in this video. As for the mini prizes, I thought it would just be fun to send out some of the cards that I made in this video to you guys. I don't know, I thought it was just a fun little thing so I can show my thanks to you and send you guys a cute little holiday greeting from yours truly, Amanda Claus. But yeah, all of the rules to enter will be in the description box below. I should probably wrap this video up, so if you haven't already, be sure to click that bell button down below so you can be notified whenever I post a new video or a community post. I've actually been really active over on my community tab. I've been asking you guys questions and having you guys vote in polls, so I highly recommend you click that bell and turn on notifications for all posts so you can be a part of that. Other than that, click thumbs up if you enjoyed, keep doodling, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone!